Welcome to AfriTales Vault, where African stories come alive. Let's begin the story. They say when a village sells its land, it also sells its future. But this village did not understand that truth until it was too late. Long ago, deep within the red earth of Africa, there stood a peaceful village called Umudike. The land was rich and generous, blessed with fertile soil, towering baobab trees, and a river that never ran dry. The people lived simple lives, farming the land and gathering each night around glowing fires where elders shared stories passed down from their ancestors. Wisdom guided every decision, and tradition was respected above all else. One dry afternoon, strangers arrived in Umudike. They wore fine clothes, spoke with polished tongues, and carried gifts that shimmered in the sunlight. They requested a meeting with the village elders and spoke of great wealth hidden beneath the soil of Umudike. "Sell us your land," they said, "and your children will never know hunger again." The elders were dazzled. Their minds filled with visions of wealth, comfort, and praise. Only one voice rose in caution: Old Ada, the village storyteller. Leaning on her staff, she warned them gently. "This land does not belong to us alone," she said. "It belongs to our ancestors and to our children yet unborn. Once it is gone, it can never be returned." But the elders laughed. "Stories cannot fill empty stomachs," they replied. And so, against the traditions that had protected Umudike for generations, the elders sold the land. That night, the fire burned low, and the wind carried an uneasy silence through the village. At first, the decision seemed wise. New houses were built, children wore fine clothes, and feasts replaced hunger. The elders praised themselves, and Old Ada was mocked as a woman trapped in the past. But slowly, the land began to change. The strangers dug deep into the earth. Rivers turned brown and bitter. The soil weakened, and crops refused to grow. When the money was finally spent, the strangers vanished without a word, leaving behind broken land and broken promises. Hunger returned, harsher than before. Young people abandoned the village in search of survival. Songs faded. Fires went cold. Umudike became a shadow of what it once was. One evening, the elders visited Old Ada, their faces heavy with regret. "What can we do now?" they asked. Old Ada looked across the cracked earth and spoke softly. "When a person eats their seed, they have nothing left to plant tomorrow." That night, Old Ada died peacefully in her sleep. The village mourned deeply, not only for the loss of a wise woman, but for the future they had traded away. Today, Umudike still stands, quiet and forgotten. And the elders teach the children one lesson above all others: not everything that shines is wealth. Some things are priceless. If this story touched you, share it. If you believe in the wisdom of African stories, subscribe to AfriTales Vault. Because when stories are remembered, mistakes are not repeated.